NRL vid 090 back in the video today. I'm getting to my round 20 tips for 2020. This is the very last round of the regular NRL season. So yeah, and then next week we've got the finals footy coming up, so that should be good. So it all kicks off round 20 between the Broncos and the Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. The team for the Broncos, Tony Staggs actually shifts to 5'8" for this game, and replacing Staggs in the centres, it's Jesse Arthurs. Yeah, Jesse Arthurs, and Jordan Ricky replaced Dave Fifita in the back row. Corey Oates comes off the bench, and that's the team right there for Brisbane. For the Cowboys, Dave Jonassi comes into the centres, and looks like that Gavin Cooper starts again in the back row, and Jake Granville and Justin O'Neill join the extended bench and reserves. And that's the team right there for the Cowboys. This game, though, I believe the Cowboys will be a little bit too strong, and I can see Cowboys winning this game 22 points to 16 over Broncos. I think Broncos will try hard to avoid the wooden spoon, but unfortunately for them, they'll probably just lose 22-16 to the Cowboys, and they will be the 2020 wooden spoon as the Brisbane Broncos. So I've got Cowboys to win. Friday night footy all kicks off between the Titans and the Knights at Cbus Super Stadium in the Gold Coast. The team for the Titans, so Brian Kelly returns from an ankle injury, replacing Tremaine Spry in the centres, and Tremaine Spry will shift to the wing, and from what it looks like, Corey Thompson's in the reserves, and that's the team right there for the Titans. For the Knights, Braden Best makes his long-awaited return in the centres, I believe he's replacing Kahamet Shibasaki, and that's the team right there for the Knights, and Brody Jones joins the bench. For this game, though, I'll be tipping the Knights to win in a very close one, but I'll tell you what, I won't be surprised if the Titans do win this, because they've been in some great form recently, and they could really give the Knights a run for their money at their last game of the year in the Gold Coast, or at Cbus Super Stadium for the regular year. That's the last game there for the rest of the season. So I got Knights to win, 20 points to 14 over the Titans. Now the main game on Friday night, it's between the Rabbitohs and the Roosters, and it should be an absolute blockbuster at ANZ Stadium. The team for the Rabbitohs, Dane Gagai will come to the centres, and dropping out is Stephen Masters, and Jed Cartwright will start in the back row for the Rabbitohs, and dropping out looks like James Sewell's out from that suspension. He did a hit lock and loose last week against the Bulldogs. That's the team right there for Rabbitohs, and the team for the Roosters, Mitchell Orbison will again play in the centres, and Angus Crichton will shift to lock, and Lachlan Lamb joins the bench for the Roosters, so that's the team right there. For this game, I'm going to go with the Roosters to win 26 points to 12. I think, usually it's pretty close, these sort of games between Rabbitohs and Roosters. I know it's usually close, but I feel like James Tedesco, Luke Keary, Flanagan, etc., and Brett Morris, and the Morris boys, and Tupou, and all those sort of guys, and Hargreaves all have very big games against Rabbitohs, and I think they'll really live up to, I think they'll really turn up. So I've got Roosters winning over the Rabbitohs, 26 points to 12. Bulldogs and Panthers are the second game of Super Saturday at ANZ Stadium. This is the first game of Super Saturday. I got it wrong. Sorry about that. Bulldogs Panthers. The team for the Bulldogs. So I don't think there's any changes for the Bulldogs actually after last week's win against the Rabbitohs. There's no changes to the Bulldogs after last week's win. For the Panthers, they've got a little bit of changes. Dylan Edwards is out, I think, being rested for this game, and Dane Laurie replaced him at fullback. Tyrone May comes into the centres, and I think he comes in the centres for Stephen Crichton, who gets a rest, and Coruscant's back in this Panthers team, and that's the team right there for the Panthers, and Matt Burton joins the bench. For this game, though, I'll be tipping the Panthers to win in a very close one, though. I feel like that Bulldogs will... Well, I think, I think this will be closer than expected. I think Bulldogs will definitely fight really hard in this game. So I've got the Panthers winning 18 points to 4, and also Trent Barrett will be versing his future team, who are the Bulldogs, who he will coach in 2021. So, been interesting there. Now the second game of Super Saturday is between the Sharks and the Raiders at Australia Jubilee Stadium. The team for the Sharks, Nene McDonald comes into the team for Sione Katoa, who's out. Nene McDonald comes in. Wade Graham returns from injury and will play in the halves at number 6 because there'll be obviously there's no Chad Townsend still for a bit, and there's no Sean Johnson who'll be out for the rest of the year with an Achilles injury. And that's the same right there for the Sharks. And the team for the Raiders, well, Raiders got a bunch of teams. I don't know if I don't know if I should even call them Raiders. I don't know if I should even call them the Raiders. I should probably be calling them the Mounties. They're a reserve grade side because this side looks like an absolute reserve grade side, of course, except for a few players in that team who are regular first graders, but most of it looks like reserve graders for Canberra. But anyway, Adam Cook will come in for Chantil Klokstad. Nickel Klokstad has been rested. Adam Cook will make his debut. Matthew Timoko will come into the centres. Harley Smith-Shields will also come into the centres, but I think they're both replacing Jared Croker and Curtis Scott. Well, Scott's out for the rest of the year with an injury. And replacing Jack White and George Williams in the halves, both being rested. It's Matt Frawley and Sam Williams. Corey Haruanara replaces Elliot Whitehead in the back row, and John Bateman's also been rested, and that's for Hudson Young. Saliva Halvillies will come in for Joseph Tarpany at lock, and because Tarpany's been also rested, and Papali's been rested, so Dale Namus will start at prop, and the bench is Kai O'Donnell and Darby Midland, and Jared Sublo will all come into the side, and that's the team right there for the Raiders. So that's a lot of changes to that side. But for this game, though, I'll be going with the Sharks. If Raiders weren't resting anyone, I'll definitely go the Raiders if they weren't resting that many players. But I think the Sharks will win just because I think that pretty much more experience, and they probably and it's like I think they have a bit more experience. But I know that I think this will be a bit low scoring. I don't see much points being scored in this game. But yeah, I think Sharks will still get the win because of experience, and Raiders are resting a lot of good players. So I'm going to tip the Sharks to win here, 18 points to 10, by 8 points. Now the last game of Super Saturday is between the West Tigers and Eels, and it's at Bankwest Stadium. For the Tigers, the team for Tigers, Benji Marshall will play his official last game as a West Tiger this weekend. And that's the team right there for the Tigers. Not many changes. Except Josh Alloway is injured and Russell Packer's out, and so is Sam McIntyre. Replacing them, I believe it's Sean Bloor, Michael Cheekham, and Zane Musgrove. And the team for the Eels, they look like they're 1-17 Parramatta. Actually, yeah, I think the Eagles are 1-17. They've got no changes. Except just realised that Kane Evans is not in that team. Oh, yeah, he is, sorry. Kane Evans, I was reading the wrong thing. I thought he was in the reserves, not the interchange. But sorry, Kane Evans is playing. So this is pretty much a 1-17 team for the Eagles. No changes at all. Yeah, so for this game, I feel like Eagles will have a pretty good win. I know that Tigers may try for Benji in his last game and all that, and also Chris Lawrence in his last Tigers game, but Eels should get the win. I feel like they're a little bit too strong for the team they have, and I think they'll get the win pretty comfortably. 30 points to 18 over Tigers. Sunday football at Central Coast Stadium in Gosford. It's between the Warriors and my Seagulls. The team for the Warriors, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's out with a hamstring injury, and that's a season-ending injury apparently. So replacing him at fullback, it's Peter Hiku, and Hayes Perham will come to the centres for Hiku. And I saw that Jazz Tavaga's in a bit of doubt to play because of a concussion, but we'll see if he passes that. But that's the team right there for the Warriors. For Manly, Tavita Funa replaces Tom Trbojevic at fullback because Tom Trbojevic is injured. Ruben Garrick makes his return from a shoulder injury, pushing Albo Hopewadi to the bench. And Yeah, and Hamole Olakawadu also joins the bench for the Sea Eagles side, and yeah, that's the team right there for the Sea Eagles. For this game, though, I think the Warriors will get the win. I mean, I don't really care less who wins this game because obviously I'm a Manly supporter. I don't really care if Manly lose because Manly got absolutely nothing to play for now, and yeah, I just hope they finish this game pretty strongly. I just hope a bit of players, show up and obviously and hopefully bring some positivity into 2021. So hopefully we just try, but I think we'll lose. So Warriors to win this game, 20 points to 10 over Manly. Now the last game of the 2020 NRL regular season, it all ends off with the Dragons and the Storm at Australia Jubilee Stadium in Sydney. The team for the Dragons, Max Fiagi starts on the wing for Jordan Pereira, who's been dropped, I think. Yeah, he has. And Jane Sullivan will come in the halves, and I'm not sure where Ben Hunt is, but he's out. Not sure if he's been dropped. Oh no, Ben Hunt. Sorry, Ben Hunt's been suspended. I just read it right there. Ben Hunt's been suspended. I forgot about that. Yes, Jane Sullivan makes his NRL debut, and that's the team right there for the Dragons. And Eddie Blacker makes his NRL debut too. The same for the Storm. Storm have a bit of changes too, just like Canberra. And Ricky Latelli will make his club debut for the team. This is the first time Ricky Latelli's back in the NRL since 2018. So welcome back, Ricky. Paul Momirovski will return from injury and will play in the centres. Isaac Lumilu will also come in for Josh Adoko, who's been rested. And the halves for the Storm, Cooper Johns and Riley Jacks, replacing Munster and Hughes, have been rested as well. And that's the team right there for the Storm. And Cameron Smith's been rested. Brandon Smith replacing Hooker. For this game, I'll be tipping the Storm to win in a very close one, 18 points to 12. I just think that the Storm have a little bit too much quality to get themselves home. I think Ryan Pappenhausen they still have out there. They've got Brandon Smith, who's a great player. Christian Welch, who's been in good form. I think the Storm will be fine. So I think Storm will get the win just 18 points to 12. But guys, that's my round 20 tips. That's the final regular season tipping round for the rest of the year for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And next Tuesday, obviously, be the team list for the final. So, yeah, that should be good. So, guys, see you in the next video.